You're listening to the best of Phil's Gang.
The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money, money, money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money, 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 money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grande.
Staff in the Federal Reserve and outside economists have done a great deal of work trying to evaluate QE. I think the general conclusion is that it has worked.
It's worked? Really? It really worked? They've done a lot of work on trying to figure that out. It didn't work. If it worked, then how come our economy's at 1.8% for the last 8 years? And under Reagan, it was nearly 5% with no QE. 3.5% with Bush with no QE. Clinton, about 3% with no QE. But with QE, it worked, and we have a 1.8%. Are you kidding me? What are you, nuts? Oh, and we should really be so lucky to listen to Larry Summers, this truthful man.
Quantitative easing, do you truly believe it's worked?
I don't think there's any question that the Fed's efforts to provide liquidity to the markets made a huge difference.
Yeah, huge difference in your wallet. Huge difference in the elitists, a small segment of the population, the very wealthy, the 1%. QE did not work for everybody. It wasn't supposed to work. This is what drives me nuts. They keep having discussions about QE. They keep saying they're going to do another QE, which I believe they will, to make the rich richer and the poor poorer and the middle class wipe them out. The QE did work for what it was designed for. They told us one story saying, here's what QE is for. QE, we're going to take and print all this money. We're going to buy all these bonds. It's going to drop the interest rates on the 10-year treasuries really low. They're going to be so unattractive that anybody in the bond market, especially countries like like China or the Saudis, they're going to get out of the bond market because they're going to look and say, look, I'm only getting 1.1%. I'm getting out of the bond market. And that's what they did. And they jumped over into the stock market and pushed stock prices up. But GE didn't go up. 3M didn't make any more money. Nobody was making money, but the stock market went up. That's all they did. It worked for them. But who made money when it went up automatically? And then they printed more money and printed more money, QE. And they took $3.2 trillion right out of the bat after they printed $85 billion a month for a total of $4.4 trillion to push everybody out of the bond market into the stock market. That's what pushed up the market. And they printed another $3.2 trillion to go in and buy stocks to push them up again. They printed another $6 trillion to give the CEOs of companies to buy their own stock to push it up again. But they keep trying to tell you it worked. No, it didn't. Nobody benefited. See, the story from Bernanke, he lied to all of us. He lied.
I just want to emphasize that we're very focused on Main Street. We're trying to create jobs. We're trying to make housing affordable. Our low interest rates have created a lot of ability to buy automobiles.
Is it fair to say
that's a lie? See, that's what they did. See, they create a fantasy is what they do. And then what they do is they trade in that fantasy. They trade in the promise. You hear what his promise was?
I just want to emphasize that we're very focused on Main Street. We're trying to create jobs. We're trying to make housing affordable. Our low interest rates have created a lot of ability to buy automobiles.
Is it fair to say, though, that Wall Street has benefited more than Main Street has?
I don't think so.
Oh, my God, what a lie. They printed $3 trillion, stick it in the stock market, and the 1 percentile benefited with $13 trillion stock value. In other words, the stock value went up $13 trillion, and who's in that market? 80% of the people who benefit are the 1 percentile. Nobody else is in the market at the time. The stock market crashed. Everybody was out of the market. They lost $12 trillion of their equity was wiped out in their homes. $8 trillion was wiped out in the stock market. They tried to go to the bond market. People who had 401ks walked out with their 401ks. If they had money left, they put in the bond market. They said, I just don't want to lose money. I don't want to lose my principal. QE, he said, you heard these promises. We're going to do QE because it's going to help everybody. When they knew it wasn't designed to help everybody. That's not the point of QE. But they lied to us. They said, what we're going to do is push these stock markets up. We're going to print money and push stocks up, and the CEOs are going to be so excited when they see their stock going up. Now remember, not because of earnings, not because their top-line sales increase, not because their margins are increasing. None of that. It just went up because they printed a bunch of money and just bought stocks. And then they say, CEOs are going to be so excited. They're going to start taking all their profits and plowing it into the market. They're going to borrow money that we're offering at 0%, and they're going to take that money, combine it with their profits, and plow it into the market. Plow it into capital investment, new machinery, new technology. That will increase the productivity. When you increase productivity, that means jobs. When you increase in productivity, wages go up. This is what it's about. They're going to be so excited. Well, guess what? They never put a penny into capital investment. Not a penny, because that's not why you do QE. It's to give them the money to make themselves richer. This is the rich boys club. This is the QE is nothing more than you take the banking cartel, who's owned by about 146 elitists. They own the banking cartel called the Federal Reserve, which is no more federal than Federal Express. And they take care of themselves. When the stock market crashed, they had to get their money back. And this is the way they did it. And so what they do, you got to understand how this works. They have to keep people poor. See, the stock market was kept from collapsing once they started to move it up by QE through this financial engineering, artificially lowering of interest rates, easy credit. See, the only way that you can create a stock market bubble like the one we're in now that goes up 256%, or the dot-com bubble that went up 180%, or the housing bubble that went up 225%. I'm sorry. The dot-com bubble went up 80%. The housing bubble, I think it was up like 75%, and this one's up 256% because the other two didn't have QE. So these bubbles are created on purpose, by design, so that the rich can get richer. See, what they do is, in order to create a bubble, to create a stock market bubble, to move stocks from $10 to $200 without a company making money, the only way they can do that is they got to make sure that that we're in a low-wage environment. The country has to be in a low-wage environment to do this. And how do they get the country in a low-wage environment? They outsource the high-paying jobs. So all we have left is low-paying jobs. And then that's the excuse they use to do QE. They say, oh, my God. Everybody lost their high-paying job. Everybody's now part-time. Everybody's got lousy wages. So let's lower interest rates to zero, and let's lower credit, and let the people go out and start buying. Now, what people are doing, I explained this yesterday, they go out and start buying, yeah, but they're not, what they're doing is taking their debt and doubling it. They have the same salaries. I said yesterday, a $55,000 salary, a $25,000 debt. Now their debt goes up to $50,000, and they have the same exact salary. But who's making the money? The stock market's going up because of QE, and only the 1 percentile's making money. But then they look and say, look at this. Economy's doing good. Look at the market. Be right back.
You're listening to The Best of Phil's Gang. Want more information on this show?
Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. philsgang.com. What are people saying?
I've been in the financial business myself about 24 years. Very much enjoy the software program for the charts.
I love the new MV charts on Phil's software, and I'm making profits using them.
Complete guidance and professional education for investors who want to succeed in the stock market.
I love your new MV1, making lots of profits.
I love the chart. You know, I'm limited with time. Real good as far as just looking at whatever ticker tells me right away.
I've always enjoyed Phil's straightforwardness and talk about what's really going on.
The new MV1 and MV2 charting software. I particularly like the pre- and post-market candlesticks.
You guys have always been great on the service side. I can't say enough about the service side.
Don't wait. Sign up for Phil's Gang today. Give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. To many, the stock market is shrouded in mystery. When do I buy? What is the stop loss? Should I invest on earnings? Is it time to sell? At Phil's Gang, we want to clear the investing fog for you. We want to make you an educated, confident investor and ultimately a profitable investor. For over 15 years, Phil Grandy and the Phil's Gang team have been dedicated to teaching, guiding, and answering your investment questions. And with our new Phil's Gang website and customer support messaging system, we are available when you need us to answer your questions. Phil'sGang.com can be accessed from your home, office, or any location where internet is available. Plus, you never miss a beat because all material is archived. From beginner to seasoned investor, Phil Grandy has been helping thousands of people learn about the stock market and producing smart investing strategies. Whether you're preparing for retirement or looking to secure your financial future, learn, invest, and profit with Phil's Gang. That's philsgang.com. For more information, call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Are you ready to get serious about your financial future? You know, reduce your debt, pay off those student loans, and prepare for retirement. Taking control of your finances can be intimidating, but with philsgang.com, you will be educated and guided to make smart investment decisions in the stock market. If the market is up or down, philsgang.com is the only source where you'll learn how to trade stocks and how to invest in the stock market using professional-level skills and strategies. For more information, go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Even the experienced traders and investors need to keep learning to stay ahead. philsgang.com provides educational information about Phil's Gang products and services in many different ways. Daily live webinars hosted by Phil Grandy and technical charting experts help you understand and keep up with today's lively markets. Short videos, investing programs, and up-to-the-minute market alerts help you get up to speed with the market using Phil's Gang MaxVest 1000 stock charting software. We teach you an investing foundation that you seek to take the first steps towards achieving your personal financial goals. Visit philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Again, that's philsgang.com. philsgang.com. Or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264.
It took me a long time to be able to say Chandler has cancer, because that is such a scary word. When St. Jude finds something that works well with a certain cancer, they share that with everybody. And knowing that we don't have to pay for all of the medical expenses, that's huge. We just have to worry about helping Chandler, and he's just my heart.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Performing technical analysis is no easy task for any investor unless conducted with a professional stock charting service. At Phil's Gang, we offer a choice of high-power, color-coded stock charts, all seamlessly integrated, so you could tackle the market the way you want to. The Phil's Gang MaxVest 1000 stock charts. From Phil's Gang are high-performance HTML5 web-based charts that work on any browser and device, so you could put live streaming data and fully interactive charts in the palm of your hand. Phil Grandy designed the MV software to have the best features, and so far the early reviews have been great. You can plot charts on an intraday basis as well as on a daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, or annual basis. There is also a built-in watch list that you can customize to your liking. For more information, go to philsgang.com, philsgang.com, or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264.
You're listening to the best of Phil's Gang. Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Radio Show. Want to know more about Phil's Gang? Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Join my gang, 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-GANG. And I'm still offering the free color-coded chart for a month if you join the gang. And it's a $29.95 value. You'll get it free for a month, and it works beautifully. And you can follow me on it. And for example, you know, let's go back to this QE. What the hell is this QE? Everybody keeps asking. Everybody's talking about. QE was a way to rig the stock market. Now, you got to go back to understand this and why they want to keep rigging it. You got to go back to the days that we had an industrial base. We had factories. So what happened is the geniuses on Wall Street decided they no longer wanted an industrial base. They didn't want an industrial economy. They wanted a financial service economy because they figured they could make more money by screwing people. Industry, you couldn't screw people. And the brokerage houses and the advisors, and what were they going to do? You know, they were. I mean, it wasn't a just an old stodgy industrial. They put one company together with another company. It's the financial industry where they could steal, where they could take and buy a stock for not, bring a company public and pay $5 for it, and they get it on CNBC and get Maria Bartiromo to say it was hot, get Kramer to say it was hot, and then by the afternoon it wouldn't be $5, it'd be $500. Remember Maria Bartiromo got on every morning, this is hot, this is a hot stock, this is hot, it's on fire, it's on fire. Well, you got to understand where that came from. It was a transition. And that's why it's so important. I keep telling you, stop listening to the fundamentals of a company. Those days are gone. When they decided to get rid of all the factories and they broke the factories down and they sent the steel in the factories over to China and rebuilt them over there, and then Wrangler left our country and started to build jeans over there for 2 cents a pair, we had millions of people that were out of work. But it just happened. Everything was perfect. The sun was right, the stars, the moon, everything was right. Because at the exact time that they took all our factories and dismantled them and exported all our jobs overseas, guess what was going on? There was guys in their garages. Apple, Steve Jobs, Larry Ellison, and it just was perfect because Reagan just became president, and everybody was hiding their money. They weren't investing in the stock market, and these guys couldn't get money. They couldn't get out of their garage. Larry Ellison couldn't get out of his garage. Steve Jobs couldn't get out of his garage. You couldn't go to Wall Street and borrow money. Reagan came in, and thank God he saw this and said, we got to get people, stop hiding their money underneath their pillows. Because remember, they started to do, back in those days, they were doing all kinds of deals with, the big deal was shelters. One of the biggest shelters was racehorses. And then they changed the tax code. And then nobody could do that anymore. And so nobody put money in the market. So it was Reagan who said, stop, we're going to cut our taxes. We're going to cut capital gains. So if you put your money into Steve Jobs and into Apple and you make money on that stock, you're going to keep most of it. You're not going to pay 70, 80, or 90%. Soon, all the money starts pouring into Wall Street. Steve Jobs gets all the money he needs. Larry Ellison gets all the money he needs. And what was perfect is we had a transition from smokestack industry. Those people were retrained into the tech industry. It was perfect. Through life, it always worked that way. You had the Pony Express. And as soon as they closed the Pony Express down, those people didn't go begging on the street. there was a new industry. It was trains. So everybody went to the new technology of trains. And then when the trains were gone, they went to a new technology of airlines. There was always a technology that was on the horizon. We could keep moving our people forward. So when we finally got to where the tech industry took over, they said, okay, now Wall Street, this is their time. This is when they're going to screw everybody. And this is when they decided that we're going to start selling into the dream. We're going to sell into the fantasy. So they would take a stock, bring a company public. Stock was $5, and they would sell into the dream, into the fantasy, and people would pay $80 for that stock. And soon, a cab driver, you catch your cab, and the cab's giving you a tax tip. I mean, he's giving you a stock tip. The cab driver's giving you a stock tip. You knew it was over. And so what happened? It blew up. Because what happened? Because everybody, and thank God, a lot of people, a lot of Americans were not buying stocks. That was mostly hedge funds and so forth. But they did the same thing. The Federal Reserve, the gangsters, what they did to get that stock market up, to push all these stocks up, get these IPOs out. They dropped interest rates down to near zero, and they dropped credit ratings down, and so that all these hedge fund guys could borrow all kinds of money and buy all these new tech stocks. And they created this big bubble. But here's the problem with the bubble. I don't care if you make $55,000 a year, and you have $25,000 in debt, or you make $5.5 million a year, and you have $2.5 million in debt. At some point, as you keep getting deeper and deeper in debt as you borrow, at some point you got to stop, because your income, okay, your debt's getting so far ahead of your income, you got to stop paying it. And when you stop to start paying it, you stop consuming, is what happened in the dot-coms, then all of a sudden all the consumption stopped in the dot-coms. And when that happens, they try to lower prices to get people to buy. And when they lowered prices of products, it didn't work. That's called deflation. Soon people were getting laid off, and you got this crash in the stock market. And from that point is where Wall Street changed forever. And from that point is where you had to switch to a chart to follow the money and not these gangsters in their stories. More when we get back.
You're listening to The Best of Phil's Gang. Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. Even the experienced traders and investors need to keep learning to stay ahead. philsgang.com provides educational information about Phil's Gang products and services in many different ways. Daily live webinars hosted by Phil Grandy and technical charting experts help you understand and keep up with today's lively markets. Short videos, investing programs, and up-to-the-minute market alerts help you get up to speed with the market using Phil's Gang MaxVest 1000 stock charting software. We teach you an investing foundation that you seek to take the first steps towards achieving your personal financial goals. Visit philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Again, that's philsgang.com. philsgang.com. Or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Celebrating 18 years as the leader in investing and trading education.
Following your system has been fantastic.
Yeah, I really appreciate the work you do. You're really an inspiration.
I have learned so much.
You're really one of the best I've ever heard. I've been with you for about a month and a half now, and I'm already up 7%.
Financial education is, in many respects, the most important education you can get, and that's what they're getting from your show.
You guys have always been great on the service side.
I have so much more confidence in when I'm in my trading.
Phil, keep up the good work.
I've been in this business for 45 years, and you are the best.
And I've been following you, I guess, about 9 months right now, and you've just done a great job.
Join the gang, and you'll never regret it.
If you're serious about securing your financial future, then contact philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264.
Hi, Phil Grandy here. I want to reach out and thank all the listeners in the Boston area for listening to Phil's Gang Show on AM 1260, The Buzz.
Are you ready to get serious about your financial future? Reduce your debt, pay off those student loans, and prepare for retirement. Taking control of your finances can be intimidating, but with philsgang.com, you'll be educated and guided to make smart investment decisions in the stock market. If the market is up or down, philsgang.com is the only source where you'll learn how to trade stocks and how to invest in the stock market using professional-level skills and strategies. For more information, go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It took me a long time to be able to say Chandler has cancer, because that is such a scary word. St. Jude takes care of absolutely everything. And knowing that we don't have to pay for all of the medical expenses, that's huge.
St. Jude allowed me to focus on being a mom to Bryce. And sometimes I'm just in awe of the impact St. Jude has, not only on this community, but the world.
St. Jude is uniquely positioned to advance the cures of pediatric cancer, I think better than any other institution in the world. The contributions make a big difference.
Donors are important to us because you get the feeling that you have a team behind you. We have the resources and we have the focus. And so if St. Jude doesn't do it, who will?
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures. Saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of Phil's Gang. I got a great opportunity for those people who are disgusted with the market, who don't have time to learn. What you do is follow me in the exchange-traded fund that I'm invested in. Every day you go to my site and you can see exactly what I am doing with my investment, and you can mimic me. Nobody else dares do that. Join the gang, philsgang.com.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. We're offering the most powerful stock charts available on the market. The Max Vest 1000 charts. Now, the difference between these charts and all the other charts is this follows the money. Yes, it gives you a buy-sell signal. I know you're going to say, well, they all do. No, not true. The difference with the Max Vest is they follow the important money. The hedge funds, the biggest banks, the 401ks, the pension fund managers. That's the big difference. They're not following the emotion. That's what most charts do. They follow the money. That's what MaxVest does, follows the money. Check it out. Join my gang, philsgang.com. Oh, and the chart is low as $19.95 a month. For more information, just go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-GANG. We will see you on the charts.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264.
You're listening to the best of Phil's Gang. Welcome back. You're not a regular listener to Phil's Gang? What, are you nuts? Listen to Phil Grandy and check out philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
Well, the economy is doing very well right now, and numbers will vary as they always do. So we will have ups and downs, but right now the economy is very strong.
The economy is very strong. Isn't it interesting to make a statement like that when 69% of the Americans do not have an adequate emergency fund? It's really doing fine, all right. Look, I want to get back to this because the market changed forever. When you used to go to your stockbroker and he would get you a stock, he was like your doctor. And he get paid well, $150, and say in today's dollars, you get paid $200 to buy you a stock. But he took care of you. You could trust him. You had a fiduciary relation. But when we switched over from a industrial-based economy to a finance-based economy, that's when the problem came in. That's when the parasites came in. The most violent, the most ugly people in the world. No, I'm not talking about ISIS. I'm talking about Wall Street. They said, look, this is great. We were able to take a stock that's at $5. And with the help of Kramer and CNBC, we could push that stock up by the end of the day to $80 to $100. Look at the money we're making. We would never make that money in trying to put two coal companies together. This is fantastic. We're making money. But here's the problem. After the market crashed, because again, remember how it works. To create a fake stock market bubble, you got to create, you got to mask it. In other words, to create a stock market bubble, what you do is you have to lower rates to near zero and give anybody credit. And that's how the dot-com started, the big bubble. That's what they did with hedge funds. They gave every hedge fund manager, every guy on Wall Street, whatever money they want, low rates, and they went out and bought more stock, and they created this huge rally. And then when they had more debt than they had income, they stopped buying, and that's when the deflation comes in. They start lowering prices, hoping they could stimulate more buying, and it never works. Then from deflation, people get laid off, and then you hit your crash. When the crash was completed, they're saying, what do we do now? They came up with an idea and said, let's create another bubble. But what we have to do is we have to create another bubble. They only work if we create you need a low wage environment to create a bubble. Because you got to be able to offer people a lot of money who has no credit, have bad credit, to push the stocks up. So now they said, why don't we use housing instead of dot-com? Instead of tech, we'll just switch it and use housing. So what we'll do, and we got one thing, a low-wage environment, because let's keep taking everybody's job, and we outsource it. All the good, high-paying jobs, outsource them. So we just keep the waitresses, the bartenders, the low-paying service jobs. That will give us, the very wealthy, the elitists, an excuse to say, for the better good, we're going to drop interest rates. For the better good. If you can breathe, we'll give you a loan. And so they would take a person and buy a house. He couldn't even afford the house, and they'd give him a loan. So the stock market starts going up. Well, who benefits from the stock market? The 1 percentile, 80% of their income comes from the stock market. 90% of the workforce, the 147 million workforce, their investment is their job. Their wealth doesn't come from the stock market. So only the 1 percentile. So the key to building a bubble is to make sure we never create good paying jobs anymore. So that we can have the excuse, we got to lower rates and make credit easy. And that's how the housing boom went up. And guess who's getting rich? But the key is the person as you're buying, he's not buying a house, he's buying debt. And then you reach a point, the debt is far beyond your income because your wages don't increase, your debt increases. So the elitists who put the scam together, would anticipate when that was going to happen. And they would make sure, just before it peaked, they would make sure they get out of the market. But what else they did, they would get out of the market, but then they start raising rates. So as the stock goes from $1 to $100, and everybody thinks they're getting wealthy, and then all of a sudden nobody can buy stuff anymore because they have so much debt and their income isn't increasing, just the debt. Now the elitists say, okay, look at the stock market, it's way up here. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to turn around now, and we're going to start raising rates. So when the market starts crashing, we can slow the crash down by cutting rates again. So Bernanke, what did he do? He raised rates 17. Greenspan raised rates 27 times from 1%. He was at 1% to 5.5%. So that when the market crashed, the dot-com crashed, he could then start cutting rates again. So that would slow the crash. And then when the crash was almost completed, they would start again and create a new bubble, the housing bubble. Then they do the same thing again. They give everybody credit, all the easy money, run up the stock market again. And they anticipate right before people are choking with debt, they can't buy anymore. The consumption stops. Prices start to deflate. People get laid off. But just before that, they raised rates. So as the market started to crash, they could start cutting rates again to slow the crash down. And then when the crash was finished, they would come up with another stock bubble called quantitative easing bubble. They couldn't do it with .com. They couldn't do it with the .coms. That was gone. Housing was gone. So what were they going to do? Fish? Golf clubs? So they said, no, we'll just sell the dream again in the stock market. And they did the same thing again. So people are out there, the stock market's going crazy. And they said, we'll tell everybody that we're going to do this quantitative easing, and we'll sell the fantasy that this quantitative easing, by printing and printing and printing money and giving that money to the banks and giving the money to CEOs of companies, free money, so they could go out and buy stocks and push the stock market up. That while that market's going up, people would be so excited as CEOs, they would put money into capital investment. People would get better jobs, all a lie. So now, so we're in the biggest bubble ever. But guess what? She forgot to do. Not that she forgot to do. She's stupid. She's a dope. As we're heading up to the point where the .com crash, where the housing crash, where the consumption stops, deflation enters, people lose their jobs, and you go into a recession, the other guys, Bernanke and Greenspan, already raised rates so they could cut them. She never raised them. So that's why our bubble is twice as big as the .com bubble, the housing bubble, because she didn't know what to do. She kept the rates too low for too long. And now we're right at the peak again, where the consumption's going to stop, deflation's going to hit, the stock market's going to crash, and she only raised rates 3 times. 0.75%. How's she going to stop the crash? We'll talk about that when we get back. Join my gang. Become a member.
You're listening to the best of Phil's Gang. Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
philsgang.com. What are people saying?
I've been in the financial business myself about 24 years. Very much enjoy the software program for the charts.
I love the new MV charts on Phil's software, and I'm making profits using them.
Complete guidance and professional education for investors who want to succeed in the stock market.
I love your new MV1, making lots of profits.
I love the chart. I'm limited with time. Real good as far as just looking at whatever ticker tells me right away.
I've always enjoyed Phil's straightforwardness and talk about what's really going on.
The new MV1 and MV2 charting software. I particularly like the pre- and post-market candlesticks.
You guys have always been great on the service side. I can't say enough about the service side.
Don't wait. Sign up for Phil's Gang today. Give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Are you ready to get serious about your financial future? Reduce your debt, pay off those student loans, and prepare for retirement. Taking control of your finances can be intimidating, but with philsgang.com, you will be educated and guided to make smart investment decisions in the stock market. If the market is up or down, philsgang.com is the only source where you'll learn how to trade stocks and how to invest in the stock market using professional-level skills and strategies. For more information, go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Celebrating 18 years as the leader in investing and trading education.
Following your system has been fantastic.
Yeah, I really appreciate the work you do. You're really an inspiration.
I have learned so much.
You're really one of the best I've ever heard. I've been with you for about a month and a half now, and I'm already up 7%.
Financial education is, in many respects, the most important education you can get, and that's what they're getting from your show.
You guys have always been great on the service side.
I have so much more confidence in when I'm in my trading.
Phil, keep up the good work.
I've been in this business for 45 years, and you are the best.
And I've been following you, I guess, about 9 months right now, and you've just done a great job.
Join the gang, and you'll never regret it.
If you're serious about securing your financial future, then contact philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264.
Hi, Phil Grandy here. I want to reach out and thank all the listeners in the Boston area for listening to Phil's Gang Show on AM 1260, The Buzz.
To be able to just get my son to St. Jude and not think about how we will pay for it, it just takes so much weight off of my family. St. Jude allowed me to focus on being a mom to Bryce. And sometimes I'm just in awe of the impact St. Jude has, not only on this community, but the world.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. We're offering the most powerful stock charts available on the market. The Max Vest 1000 charts. Now, the difference between these charts and all the other charts is this follows the money. Yes, it gives you a buy-sell signal. I know you're going to say, well, they all do. No, not true. The difference with the Max Vest is they follow the important money, the hedge funds, the biggest banks, the 401ks, the pension fund managers. That's the big difference. They're not following the emotion. That's what most charts do. They follow the money. That's what MaxVest does, follows the money. Check it out. Join my gang, philsgang.com. Oh, and the chart is low as $19.95 a month. For more information, just go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-GANG. We will see you on the charts.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264, 877-600-4264. You're listening to the best of Phil's Gang. Welcome back. This segment of the Phil's Gang Show is brought to you by the MV Stock Charts. For more information, go to philsgang.com.
Chewing on a piece of grass.
To young Americans wondering tonight, where will I go? What will I do with my future? I have a suggestion. Why not set out with your friends on the path of adventure and try to start up your own business? Follow in the footsteps of those two college students who launched one of America's great computer firms from the garage behind their house. You too can help us unlock the doors to a golden future. You too can become leaders in this great new era of progress, the age of the entrepreneur.
There you go. See, the timing was perfect. From the industrial age, where everybody lost their jobs to China when they took all the jobs and outsourced them, it was perfect timing because there's all kinds of jobs in this new technology called computers. The problem was these guys like Wozniak and Jobs and the rest of them, they couldn't get a loan because the banks wouldn't loan them money. You couldn't go to a bank, and then you couldn't go to Wall Street because who was willing to invest? Because you had a guy like Obama who would, if you invest and you make money, he wants 90% of your money, 90% of your profits. So he came in and said, no, if you invest in Apple or any other, I'm going to drop your tax rate to 30%. Obama, when he ran for president, remember, he wanted to take capital gains rates and raise them up to, 80%? 70, 80%. And they asked him, why is he doing that? Because Bill Clinton, when he did that, he found it failed. That nobody was investing, and there was less money going to the Treasury. Why would you do that? That makes no sense. He says, out of fairness. What he should have said, no, I'm a communist. He should have said, I'm a communist. I'm into, communism, collectivism. We all should have the same income. That's what he should have said. So, now after the dot-com crash, now the genius on Wall Street found we can make a fortune building bubbles. Let's make sure nobody gets good wages anymore. See, that's the key. because they need the excuse to say, for the better good, we've got to lower rates again. And we got to take the credit standards and drop them. That's what they did with housing. And that's how they build their bubbles. You think in the last 30 years, wages have been stagnant because we're too stupid to figure out how to raise them? Do you think this country, with the technology we have, with the brains we have, we can't figure out how to raise wages in 30 years? Do you really think we're that stupid? It's by design. It's by design because you need that low wage environment to give the excuse to lower the rates and to give money to people who shouldn't get money. And who makes all that money? The 1 percentile who 80% of their wealth is in the stock market. And that's why charting technology came about. You don't need to know about a market cap. You don't need to know about trailing PE. You don't need to know about this, about this stuff they tell you. I mean,
I think that the idea that brick and mortar retail is going to go away entirely is just simply false. There are still people, and plenty of them, who like to shop in stores.
And then,
look, I'm in the stock. I think you can own it here. I think you can buy it here. If you look at the fundamentals, improving same-store sales, debt levels going down.
Never mind the same-store sales. What does that mean? That's not the environment we're in anymore. Here's what you look at, JCPenney. You put it in your computer, put it on my chart, and you look, and it turned green. It turned green on April 13th. Turned green, April 13th, at $4.74, and then it went to $5. That's a 5% gain. But then it told me to get out. The money was coming out. You think this dope you just heard is going to call you and tell you to get out? So he's got people in the stock that's going down. Because what's he following? He's following the market cap, the PE ratio. What's their gross profit margin? What's their same-store sales? Who the hell cares what their same-store sales? It has nothing to do with the stock anymore. That left. That was gone once we decided to get rid of the smokestack industry and get into technology and get into the finance industry. Because finance industry where they could screw people, they could get a brand new company, bring it public for $5, and they could ratchet that stock up to $80 in one day. Do you really think companies that went up to $80 was worth $80? Of course not. So what are they doing today? They're carrying the same bubble. So this .com, this QE that we're in, they're all discussing now. You think they're going to do another QE because they know we're at the end now. They know this 256-point rally, 256% rally, it only happened because of the massive printing of money called QE. And the money didn't go into. The CEOs didn't take the money and buy new computers and equipment and move up productivity so they could hire new people and increase your wages. No, they wouldn't do that because that screws them. They want to make sure that people don't make money so they can create a bubble so they can give you a loan that you can't afford and to drop interest rates to zero. You really think that Obamacare, they're going to repeal Obamacare? Sure, they'll repeal it some way. They'll change it, but it's not going to look like what we were sold. Are you nuts? Obamacare was designed for a tax. It was a tax bill. They put in $1 trillion in taxes. They hid in 27 different parts of that bill. But here's the point. They're not going to replace it because remember what this bill was about. The bubble masters. Remember, our Congress are owned by the 1%. And our Congress is told what to do by the 1 percentile who own a private banking firm, a private banking cartel called the Federal Reserve. And they said, look, here's what we want you to do. We got to keep building bubbles, but we need a low-wage environment. So let's do this. Put a mandate in that you don't have to pay for your employees' insurance if you drop their hours under 30 to about 28 hours to be safe. So they took all these full-time jobs and they made them all part-time jobs. And from part-time, where do you go next? To poverty. That's exactly right. So they designed Obamacare to make sure that we can continue with a low-wage environment. So do you think Congress, who is owned by the 1 percentile, who's making all the money in the stock market when they get the printing machine? I mean, we got to be nuts. We can't these people with a printing machine, too, these crazy people that own the banking cartel, to print money. So now all these big companies say, look, we're going to drop all of you down to 28 hours. So what happens? You don't have money. And in fact, what happens is they made sure your premiums went up so high to assure that they have a low-wage environment. Now what they're going to do, this market's going to crash like the other two. And then the only problem with this one, this is going to be bad, because she did not raise rates 17 or 20 times before the crash. She only raised them 3 times because she's an idiot. So how does she slow the crash now? So what she did, she built a big sports car, fastest 500,000 power engine, horse engine. She forgot to put the brakes in. She forgot to put the stupid brakes in. So now when this market crashes, when people are up to their neck in debt and they got to pay the debt back, look at our debt. $60 trillion is what our consumption debt is. Consumers owe $60 trillion. They owe $30 trillion in household debt. Those are historic numbers. So they can't consume anymore. So what's going to happen? They're going to stop consuming. Deflation's going to hit the prices. People are going to get laid off. And on the way down, our interest rates right now should be like at 5-6%. So she can slow the crash. And then from the crash, she'll start another bubble. Because we got the low rate environment, we got the excuse to say the low wage environment, gee, for the better good, let's bring these we cut these wage rates from 5% down to 0. And the credit standards, if you can breathe, you can buy products. And so then we start the next bubble, and then there's going to be another bubble, and that's why you want to join my gang, not to follow this guy who's telling you to buy JCPenney because of some technical thing he's looking at. You buy it because we're going to follow BlackRock and T. Rowe Price and Bank of New York. And when it turns green, we buy. And when it turns red, we're getting. So follow me. I'll tell you when to buy, when to sell, and to run like hell. Join my gang.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.